back to another YouTube video. Just like you've seen in the title, in today's video I'm going to be telling you all about the UK student visa process in Nigeria. So all the steps, everything you need to do in getting your visa. So the first thing you need is a valid passport, a valid international passport. Of course, I don't even need to say this because without a valid passport you can't do anything. So if you know that your passport is going to expire soon, best you renew it before you start your admission process so you don't have any problem. Point number 2, you need a valid bank statement. Now I'm going to explain what a bank statement is for those of you who don't know. Now, bank statement, this proves that you are financially capable to take care of yourself while in the UK. So what is involved in the bank statement? It should have your remaining school fees. Obviously, the UK Embassy knows you pay a deposit to your school before you get your CAS letter. I spoke about that in my last video. So the remaining of your school fees plus your accommodation money for at least, I think, a 9-month period should be in a bank statement. Now, I know because of rates, it might be a bit tricky to know the exact amount that you need. So if you're working with an agent, it's best to ask your agent. For me, I didn't need to calculate. I just asked my agent, how much is the equivalent in Naira? How much should be in my bank statement in Naira? And then he told me. Now, what he did was, he told me, I got the money, I put it in my bank, and then every 2 days or every 3 days, I would send 100 Naira to the bank, to that account. So that account, the money there, I didn't touch it, it was just there. It was my Naira account. And then for a month, because the money has to be in that account for a month. So for a month, every couple of days, 2-3 days, I would send like 100 Naira, 200 Naira to that account. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build it up. So it doesn't just read that if money is fixed in the account. This shows like movement in the account, okay? Don't just save money and put it in the bank and leave it there. No, put money there, let money be coming in. You don't have to send money out, but just be sending money there so it can show movement. All right, so this was what I did. Now this bank statement, the money should be there for a month, or to be specific, 28 days. And after 28 days, you have a period of 1 month to use that bank statement, or it expires. Expires means that after a month of not using it, you have to produce a new bank statement. All right, now my third point, or the third thing that you need, is a tuberculosis result. After I finished my exams, after I had officially graduated and finished my exams and everything in Imo State where I live, I traveled to Abuja. So the main thing that took me to Abuja was my tuberculosis exam. Now TB test is very, very crucial. Without it, you're not going anywhere. You need it. There are 2 places that are recommended by the UK government where you can have this done. This is in Abuja. They have a branch in Abuja and they have a branch in Lagos. I'm going to find the link and I'm going to drop it down below, so just in case you don't have it, you can click on it. So you choose one closest to you. I chose Abuja, and while I was still in Imo State, I paid for it. I think it's 59,000 Naira when I did it last year. You can just call it 60,000 Naira. So I paid 60,000 Naira, and you don't just pay, you're supposed to book a date. I was having issue booking a date, so what I did was I just emailed them. It was just easier. I would advise you, if you can, just email them. I emailed the Abuja branch. I told them that I wanted to book a date. All right, they asked me to send a picture of my international passport. I think that was the only thing they asked me to send. And then I sent it to them. They asked me what day did I want to book for. I told them the day I wanted to book for. And then they booked it for me, and then they sent me the account details. So you're expected to pay that amount. So you're expected to pay that amount, which was, I think, let's just call it 60,000 Naira when I did it. You're expected to pay that amount and come with the receipt on the day of your examination. So that day I went with my international passport and the receipt showing that I had paid and the receipt showing that I had paid for the test. That was all I did. When you go there, they're going to give you a tag depending on the country that you want to travel to, because it's not just a UK branch. People that are going to US, Canada, they also come there for their various tests as well. If the earlier you come, the better for you. You're going to go through a series of things. When you get there, you're supposed to register. They'll give you something to snap. They'll give you a barcode to snap. You're going to fill in some details on your phone, after which you go through the first step, after which they're going to walk you through the process. You're going to see a doctor. You're going to see a doctor. They'll ask you questions. Have you had cough in a period of time? Have you had tuberculosis before? Just various things. After which they will direct you again to the next step, where you're going to have an X-ray done. Now, from this X-ray, they're going to know if you have tuberculosis or not. Okay, and then if they suspect anything, like if they suspect that there's something wrong, or maybe that they suspect that you have tuberculosis, then they'll call you again, and then you have to go. They'll call you again, and then you go for a proper tuberculosis test. They'll walk you down on what to do. But if everything is fine, very straight, very basic, nothing is wrong with you, they will issue your certificate. Now, that certificate takes a bit of time to come out. It's not first come, first serve. It just depends on when it's ready. So I got there by, I can't remember, I think 8 in the morning or past 7, because my time was by 9 o'clock. I finished the whole protocol, the whole thing by past 11, and I had to wait for the result. Someone that came before me that morning left there by past 7 in the night. Just kept waiting till his result was out, and that was the time it came out. Now, they would advise you, after you're done, if you don't want to sit and wait for whenever the result will come out that day, you can go back, you can go home and come back the next day, because as long as you did it that day, it's going to come out that day. You just don't know what time it will come out that day. So they can advise you to go back and come back the next day. When you come the next day, they'll give it to you. It won't take time. But I calculated it. That's extra transport money to go and come back. So with that here, so I'm like, okay, I'll sit down and wait till whenever it's ready, and I'll pick it up. And luckily for me, mine was among the first batch that they brought out. So I didn't wait for long. I think I waited for an hour from the time I finished to the time it was ready. So mine was the first batch. Unlike a friend of mine that I met there that came earlier than me, his time was earlier than me. He did everything before me, but then he left here by 7 p.m. in the night, because that was when his own was ready, and he didn't want to go and come back. He just wanted to stay there and get it over with. Now, the TB is also valid for 6 months. Yeah, so if you don't use it within 6 months, you have to get another one. Now, another thing you have to do during the visa process is uploading your documents. I keep saying visa interview, but you're not actually doing an interview. You're doing a biometrics, which is thumb printing. So you can choose to upload your documents before that day, or you can choose to carry your documents and take it to the biometrics center, and then they'll upload it for you. But the thing is, if you upload it yourself, it's free. You're uploading it yourself while filling up some things. But if you wait till you get there and they do it for you, you pay money. I think you pay 24,000 naira, 30,000. I can't remember. I didn't pay. I didn't upload it at the center. I did it on my own, or a friend did it for me. But if you wait till you get there, they will do it for you and you pay money, or you can choose to do it by yourself. Now, what are the things you're going to upload? You're going to see there. They will ask you to upload your English results, which is either your IELTS or your WAEC results. You're going to put your transcript and your diploma as well. If there's anything I missed, you're going to see it when you're uploading it. They'll tell you the things you're supposed to upload. You're also going to upload your TB result, this TB results test. You're going to upload it as well. Your bank statement, you're also going to upload it as well. So part of the documents you submitted while getting your admission letter, or before you go to admission letter, you're going to submit them again to the embassy before getting your visa. All right, so you're going to submit all these things. So now I uploaded everything. All right, then on the day of my biometrics, I went with a copy of my international passport. When you get to the biometric center, you're going to stand in a queue. You're going to stand in a queue until it gets to your turn. When it gets to your turn, they will ask you questions like, how do you want your passport returned to you? Do you want to come and collect it, or do you want it to be sent to your city, or sent to you if you're not staying in Abuja or Lagos, depending on your center. You now move on to the next step. This requires your documents. So for those that came with their documents to be uploaded for them, you give it to them and they'll upload it for you. Now for those that didn't, they'll look at your passport and everything, and then they'll move you to the next step. The next step is a different place, still in the building. You go and do your thumb printing. So you thumb print, they'll ask you questions, they'll ask you to look at the camera, say your full name, I think say your age, I can't remember. So that's actually the thumb printing aspect. And then after, you go, all right? Now the issue I had was, I finished submitting my documents and everything. Then I finished my biometrics, I went home. I think 4 days later, I got a message from the UK embassy indicating that they haven't seen my transcript and my diploma. Automatically I got scared because what is this? I was so scared. I started panicking. But my friends that I stayed with, Remy and Intisar, shout out to you guys, I love you. They calmed me down. They told me, no, don't panic, just go and redo it again. What I had to do is I had to go to a cyber cafe. I had to scan it to them again. I didn't want to scan it with my phone. I knew I could scan it with my phone, but I didn't even want to take chances. I went to cyber cafe and they scanned it for me, and then I sent it to the embassy. For me, it was my diploma and my transcript that they said that they couldn't find. For my friend, they said it was her bank statement, that they couldn't find her bank statement, something like that. So she had to rescan it and send it to them again. So this is not so common, but if it happens to you, don't get scared, don't panic. Just follow the instructions and scan it and send it to the email that they asked you to send it to. So I did that, and after I stayed waiting for a response for my visa. Usually the standard period of time to get your passport back is 3 weeks, but because of a lot of people, it usually takes a bit longer than that. Now, besides the standard process, you can pay for it to come out sooner than the standard time. You can pay for express visa. So I paid for express. So the express is supposed to come out normally within 5 days, an average of 5 working days. But again, because of a lot of people, it can take a bit longer. So rather than 5 days, it can take 6, 7, 8 days usually. Now there's another one you pay and then it comes out after a day or two. Of course, that one you have to pay a huge amount of money. You pay so much money for it to come out that quickly. So just in case you're in the process of getting either your admission, your cast letter, your visa, and your test because something is taking a bit of time, or because they ask you to resend something, don't be scared. Just follow the instruction and resend whatever they ask you to resend, okay? It doesn't happen to everybody, but it happens to some people. I'm speaking from a place of experience, but trust me, when this was happening, you could not tell me anything. I was in a whole different state of mind. But that's why I can tell you, because it has happened to me. So I hope I answered your questions. Please, if you have any question, feel free to reach out to me. The agency that helped me with my school process and even gave me like directions on the things to do for my visa process. If you need their information, let me know. Just reach out to me on Instagram or on YouTube, comment section, and I will help you. If you need links to anything, feel free to let me know. If you have more questions about any of this process, just let me know and I'll do my best to answer you. Yeah. So goodbye and see you in my next video.